King of Kings, to the Lord of Lords, who is worthy of all praises. Hallelujah. You can have your seat. We have a special guest. Come on, give them a Licc welcome. You have a special guest. Are you excited this morning? Something is about to be released to you, and I want your heart to be opened. So I will just read a brief profile. His name is Dr. Adejobi Adeloye. Dr. Adejobi Adeloye is a Renaissance polymath, technocrat, public health physician, policy analyst, speaker, management consultant, and author with a unique perspective on life and nation building. With 20 years of leadership and management experience in management consulting firms and international non-profit organizations, he has successfully managed large and complex multi-country projects funded by bilateral and multilateral donor programs across Canada and sub-Saharan Africa. Currently, Dr. Adeloye serves as the president of Jobi's Club, a global capacity building non-profit organization focused on jobs, opportunities, business, innovative initiative, and safety strategy and supply chain. He's also the founder and principal consultant of Job Adele Consulting and the Nova Doc Amber Group. As a medical doctor and public health physician, he's an expert in telemedicine and electronic governance, and has satisfied clients include the United Nations, World Bank, UK Aid, and African Development Bank. Dr. Adeloye's areas of expertise include business development, policy and partnership, stakeholder management, government relations, project management, strategic communications, and capacity building. He has demonstrated competence in securing funding for development projects, having secured over $270 million in the last 10 years. Passionate about affordable healthcare, employability, and entrepreneurship for undeserved communities, he created Nigeria's first e-medical emergency alert system and specializes in home care services, first aid training, and medical missions, with a focus on building the capacity of youths and women globally and providing business development tools for SMEs. Dr. Adeloye has made a significant impact in various sectors, including health, education, funding access, disaster risk management, renewable energy, water and sanitation, and food insecurity. He's an alumnus of the College of Medicine, University of Ilorin, Nigeria, and the United Nations Institute for Software Technology, Macau, and a training partner with Canadian Red Cross, Manitoba, Canada. Dr. Adeloye's accomplishments includes being a certified life coach, owner of Amber Medical Courier and Jobi's training mobile applications on Google and Play Store and App Store and web, Registrar of Certified Management Consultant, CMC, Manitoba, Commissioner of the Automobile Injury Appeal Board, Manitoba, and board member of the Manitoba Institute of Trade and Technology, MITT. His former positions include being a policy analyst for the mayor of Winnipeg and a constituent assistant to a former Manitoba immigration minister and the CEO of Doctors on Call Health Support Initiative Nigeria. Please, with Jesus welcome, Licc welcome. I want you to welcome Dr. Adeloye Jones.
Thank you so much. You may have your seat in God's presence. I'd like to start by saying a big thank you to my host and his amiable wife, and also to the church. I I'm so happy. I feel so honored. I feel so humbled. I'm a simple person, and I'm going to be teaching a few things. I'm going to be sharing a few stories about myself, and I hope at the end of today, you'll be able to start the journey in giving birth, in elevating what you've started. If you've not started, in planting something worth giving birth to in the next 9 months. Amen. Father, Lord, that you'd help me, you'd use me, and you speak through me in Jesus' name. Amen. I'd like to start with a simple analogy. What is repair? Can I have somebody, in Nigeria we have a lot of languages. I'm proud of that, and I proudly say that in many places, many countries, that Nigeria has tons of languages. And what I'm trying to bring about is, if it does not exist in the language, it may not exist in the culture, and you may not be able to run it. So a few definitions I'm going to start with the title, Life and Choices. After now, what next? Life and choices. After now, what next? What is repair in Yoruba language? Can someone from the crowd say it? Repair. Okay. Now what is maintenance? All right. In Igbo, what is repair? All right. What is maintenance? You see, I'm not hearing anything. In Hausa, what is repair? Yara. What is maintenance? So, once it doesn't exist in the language, that means it's not going to exist in the culture. That means you're not even going to think about it, right? People are searching for jobs, but they don't want to work. True or false? True. But in Yoruba, people are looking for ishe, but they don't want to shishe. True or false? Means because it's the same word for job and work, the tendency is there won't be that urge, that notion to work. That means the likelihood of having this lackadaisical attitude of taking up the reins of action is going to be pretty low. That is not what is meant to elevate. Can someone open to Genesis 1 verse 20, and let's read together. Genesis 1 verse 20. Let's read together. Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. Let's continue. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Now, in the same Genesis 1, it says that you should be fruitful and multiply. That's where I'm actually going. And replenish the earth. The moment you have to be fruitful, that means you have to plant. That means you have to multiply. That means you have to plant a seed. If you don't have the seed, or if you don't have the oil to plant, then there will be nothing to multiply. Now, ask the person beside you, what is your oil? What oil do you carry? And I am going to ask you this question again. Tell the person, I'm going to ask you this question again. Very likely, when you ask this question, the person may not answer you right now. But at the end of today, my hope is that God speaks to you and you're able to bring out the oil. There was a woman that had oil just enough for her and her son, and after feeding on it, they were going to die. The Bible says the man of God asked the woman to go and borrow vessels. Now the next line is, borrow not a few. Borrow not a few means what is about to hit that idea, you can't comprehend, you can't imagine it. Many people have ideas and they're sitting on it. Gold in your pocket has no value until you bring it out to a platform where it can be exchanged for kind of cash. The moment you keep it inside your pocket, then it means nothing. The moment you bring it out, then you're ready to start some trade with it. So I would ask a question again. Don't worry, I don't expect any answer. What gold do you carry? What seed do you carry? What idea are you moving about with? What are you putting inside your pocket? What service are you putting a bushel under? What solution do you have for Lagos State government? What solution do you have for Nigeria? When people say, oh, the problem of Nigeria are the leaders, what I say is the problem of Nigeria is us. The problem of Nigeria is us that are willing or that are not yet willing to take up the leadership role, because now a child of a king is called a prince. Now, a child of a king that is a prince at baby stage is called a prince, but it's the real deeper meaning is it's called a nepios. Means it's like a baby that knows nothing the way every other baby knows nothing, right? But there's something called ginosko, which is teaching the baby and passing the baby through the rudiments of administration. And then that way, the babies are usually are sent to governors, governesses. They get to learn the tenets of administration. And then after learning the tenets of administration, what happens? The baby now is grown with the knowledge and intellect, and that person can take up leadership roles, leadership qualities, and the person now turns into epignosis. Nepios to the process to success. Baby, still baby, only that the age is different. So when you have people in church or listening to me, that you have an idea that has no plan, no process, no future, no written, write out the vision and make it plain so that people, your team, the people around you can see it and run with it. If you don't put it to paper, if you don't put it to a plan, it may never fly. That is one of the things that we're going to have to define. Everything starts by the word, the definition. The moment you're able to define it, then you're now ready to run with it. How many of us have seen an eagle before? Okay, how many of us have seen chicken? You've not seen chicken. See, eagles and chickens are both birds. One has vision. Both have wings. One has vision. The other always looks to the ground. One enjoys the storm. The other prefers to stay in the cage. One flies and soars. The other runs about in circles. They're both birds, right? Ask the person beside you, which one are you? There was a time there was a time I came to City Hall and I came to speak on, well, something similar. And I think I asked somebody, is there any core member in the house? Plenty. Okay, if you're bold enough, raise up your hand. Be bold now. Don't worry. See, we're in church. We're good. It's a safe place, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, good. So, if funds was not an issue, how much would you like to be paid monthly? Be bold about it. Don't worry, it's an interactive, so I'm not going to be doing much of the talking. Yes? In Nigeria. It's good. Well, about $1,000 in Nigeria. $1 million for an entry job. Just entry job. I like your vibe. What sector would you be working? Communication sector. ₦1 million. Okay, let's start with ₦1 million. 80,000 naira in a month is about ₦1 million a year. True or false? Is it up to? Is less a bit. It's about 960,000 naira, right? So ₦1 million naira. That's you mean ₦1 million naira a month? Not per annum. All right, ₦1 million naira a month. What skill do you have? Good. How would you retire that in a day? How much do you earn in a day?
It's usually calculated monthly.
Don't worry, relax, we're in church.
All right, so it's usually calculated monthly.
Good.
It's more of freelancing job. Sometimes the span of the contract may last a month. Other times it may last longer. So if I'm to tell you the actual price, the sum total of what I've earned so far.
Not what you've earned, what you would like to earn.
Okay, what I would love to earn daily.
I like that.
So what I would love to earn daily, okay, Neil, say at least 500 daily.
500 what? 500,000 or 500 naira?
500,000.
500,000 naira.
Yes.
Now, wait. She has a goal. When you aim for the sun, at least you're aiming for something. You've defined and you've separated yourself from the chicken. I'm not calling you a chicken. All right. Now, what other skill do you have that you can do with your hands?
So basically, I do more of service. I'm a service provider. But if I were to, I started learning tailoring anyway, although I have not completed the process.
When will you complete the process?
I'm not really that interested. It was during the COVID-19 era, so I'd rather like provide a service than do something like and.
I made my first 100 million during COVID. After now, what would you like to do with the hair making
Tailoring.
or with the tailoring? What would you like to do with it?
I'd rather model clothes than sew them.
Okay. How many? Let me see your phone. No, just raise it up.
Okay, I have.
Oh, you have two phones. Oh,
yes.
good. You have two phones.
Yes.
That doubles your contacts, right?
Yes.
What was the last time you called all contacts on one phone? Don't answer me. When was the last time you contacted everybody on one phone just to say hello, how are you doing? When was the last time you asked about their birthdays or about their events? You don't need to answer me. When was the last time you took up to volunteer to address or to showcase your prowess in fashion and design for someone's event? Don't answer me. When was the last time you thought about having your logo on your pastor's wife's clothing, and then she'll come out and announce, and everybody will think that all the dresses that she's been wearing, you've been the one doing it? Don't answer me. When was the last time you decided to use your phone to rock as a camera and talk about the impact you're making in empowering all the ladies or people, all the other people interested in tailoring or in fashion on your phone? Don't answer me. Those are tenets of expansion that would greatly, 500,000 naira is possible every day. The moment you start to rock automation into what you're doing, you have a good phone, you're connected to the internet, it's post-COVID, everybody here has a phone. Nothing would stop you from running a free event and bringing your friends from school, bringing everybody around that will come listen to you and probably two of your friends talk about how fashion is going to improve the economy of Lagos State government, add income to the church purse, to your purse, and then you're able to collaborate with the people here that are ready to sponsor you. When was the last time you thought about accessing a business grant or a business loan? Probably because, or when was the last time you thought about having a plan, building a plan around what you just said? The two things that you just said. If you don't have a plan around anything, then you are going nowhere. You can sit down. Thank you. Please give her a round of applause. It's not easy standing up. I'm going to call another person soon. You can sit. So I asked somebody to get up at City Mall, and then she stood up. She said she told me she was ready to, that if I pay her 40,000 naira in a month, that she would work for me. And I said, okay, 40,000. What if I increase it to 50,000? She said, I will walk. You know when someone looks at you and says, I will walk. I looked at her. She was holding a BlackBerry. Then there was still this black. Don't worry, it's not. It's an old phone, but it was a very good phone then. She was holding one nice phone, and she came up stage. She had this nice hairdo, and she now said, okay, I asked her where she lived. She told me Nyanya. Now, Nyanya is a place in Abuja, or at the outskirts of Abuja. And I had to define where, because it was at the outskirts. For you to clock in at 8 o'clock, you would need to wake up like 5 o'clock, hustle through the traffic to clock in. And I asked her, what if I increased it? In fact, before I asked what if I would increase, I said, okay, that means you would wake up 4 o'clock, and when will you close? She said, around 10, 9, 10, I plan to get home, so I'll close work by 5, 6, and then jump into the return trip, on the return trip, and then get home by 10. And I said, what if I increased it to 60,000? She just knelt down. I will walk. I will walk. I said, when will you close? She said, I won't close. I'm like, why would you say you won't close? So at that point, I had to break it down that means for less than 2,000 a day. In fact, because she was having a good phone, she was a core member, that means part of the daily pay will be diverted into putting airtime. She will make hair. She will buy clothes. She will make up. She'll buy data. She will eat. She will do transport. She will accommodation. She will send money home. Deep. She will send money out of 2,000, out of less than 2,000 a day. She was ready to give her life. Anything that's going to take up Monday to Saturday, 6 to 6 or 6 to 8, that is your whole day. She was ready to give all that up for less than 2,000. I now asked, what skill? She said, I did this. I'm like, wait, you did it on yourself or you did it on somebody else? Somebody did this for me, but I do this as a chore. I know how to make hair very well. Then I asked, how long does it take you to do hair? She said, between 2 to 3 hours, depending on the style. That's when I knew there was a Ghana weaving, Ipako Elede, Faunyash, half pattern, police cap, chicken feathers. Better know it so that you, it's good to know. So I asked her, and then she told me 3,500, between 3,500 and 5,000. So I picked the lesser of the two at, say, 3,000. How many would you do in a day? At times 5 people, at times 4. Now, please multiply 3 by 4. That's 12,000. Now multiply 12,000 by 30. 360,000. Let's remove the 60 and throw it into the bush. We're having someone throw up 300,000 in a month for 60,000. Ask the person beside you, what are you throwing away? I got my first job. I got my first job in a funny way. I had submitted my resume. You know how people used to drop resume? Just drop, go here, drop, and go to another place, drop. What do you want the person, say, wait, if you drop it with me, what do you expect me to do with it? What do I do with it? Nothing. Dropping resumes, different places. And then I made up my mind I wasn't going to do that. I was going to get to a place where I could validate my competence. There are people here that know how to do things. At the end of today, begin to think about where you're going to validate. I walked there and I knocked and I saw like 40 people looking at me from the cubicle, it was an open office kind of setup. And I said, hello, everybody. My name is Joby, and I'm here to tell you something about something very, very special. I know how to input data, and I know that you run programs, I know how to write proposals very well. And I'm willing to dish that out to some of your programs and create programs for you. You don't have to pay me. I'm very good at it, and I can get you good money. And I'll be resuming here tomorrow. And you can give me other things to do, other assignments to do. Thank you very much for listening. Bye. And I closed the door. Immediately I closed the door, I just heard, so what just happened? Someone shouted, like, what just happened? I knew I was going to be the subject of the day for that day. The following day, Tuesday, I got to that place by 7 a.m. I saw those people that will open the door. The guy looked at me and said, hey, Oga, now you talk, say you go resume today. I said, yes. He opened the door and was watching me, was looking at me. And I walked in, while I was talking, there was one lady that was in front that she was just giggling. And looking at. So I went to sit down in her seat. I just sat down there, and so he continued doing. He left me there. I sat down, and obviously he was trying to see what I was going to do. I sat down, and then one guy entered. Immediately he entered. I greeted him. He didn't answer me. He just picked up his phone. That guy don't show. That guy wake up yesterday, he don't show. I guess, at that point in time, the feeling was somebody sent me. Probably some ED or some country, some top person sent me to spy or to... nobody sent me. I sent myself. And I sat down there. So people, when the real owner, the lady came, I got up, and so she gave me a seat. By the second day, I had a seat with wheels, so I could, the swivel chairs, I could, I was going from cubicle to, I know how to type. Give me, I'll type it. So I would type. First day, nothing. During break, I was still typing. She gave me a lot of work. I typed and typed till I was told, see, we need to go. And then I went home. Day 1, nothing. Day 2, I got meat pie. I got at this, the lady gave me meat pie. Day 3, I got 2 meat pies, 3 malt, and some small transports. Day 4, I showed up with my ID card. And then everybody now said, come, let me check. They would check. Because I knew how to design, I had scanned, with my eyes, I could see. So I just put my picture. I went to UTC, where they could do a card. I designed my card, and I put my name, and I put support staff. Am I not support staff? The card will not open any door. So don't be afraid. I put support staff. The card was now the subject again for the day. And I started, that was how I started. I started writing proposals. Now, please tell me how you're going to divide yourself into a project, one in Zamfara, the other in Akwa Ibom, and then the third in Ogun State. Tell me, how are you going to divide yourself? That was how I started flying and staying in McCarver, Tegatin, Transcorp. I wrote the script and I was the program manager. See, I would facilitate, but when it's time to sign out, come, I started calling cities, I finished Bayelsa. You will fly to Bayelsa to come and sign out. I was still a support staff, but I was earning per diem 40,000 a day. As support. I wasn't on their payroll, but I was getting per diem. I was flying anyhow, I was adding value, and it was into my resume. Nobody will ask me, this job. Well, where was your appointment letter? I had references. As in, just makes the mistake and say, you want references, how many do you want? I started building on social capital. Now, briefly, I'm going to touch on 5 types of money. In Nigeria, cash is king. But outside Nigeria, social capital will get you what cash cannot get you. Credibility and creditworthiness will get you what cash cannot get you. Near cash will get you what cash cannot get you. You have to be intentional about starting up the bank for other types of money other than cash. That would open doors. You have to be intentional. Hello, how are you? My name is Peter, and then you stop there. Nah. The way you name a baby is what everybody is going to call that baby. She was mentioning 500,000 and everybody was like, it's possible, because that is what she has chosen to name as the returns of what she's going to get. This is what I want. This is, Jacob had to say it, this is what I want as wages. You can determine, it's when we were in school that if you scored 35%, you say, they gave me. But if it was 70%, you say, I got. Why not reverse it? So what do you want to get? Once you have what you want to get, then you would work towards different ways on how you're going to get. Garden of Eden was supplied by how many rivers? 4. 4 rivers. 4 rivers supplying Garden of Eden means at no point must you have, at every point you have a potential of 4 streams of income. So your first stream of income is number 1. Number 2. No, you don't need to say it out there. You write it. You write it and develop a plan around those 4 streams of income. Okay? Now, I'm going to talk about some other things. Who is an architect, or who knows an architect in the house? Okay, who knows a bricklayer in the house? They are both doing nice things, right? It's just an analogy. You have people that run administration. You have other people that run what? Operations. They're both building the structure. But the moment you identify, it's a choice for you to make on how you want to fit into the car. The one writes the script, the other follows the script. One gets project pay. The other gets what? Paycheck, daily pay, monthly pay, bi-weekly pay. It's a choice. One never goes on strike. The other, solely. Okay. Yeah, we know you have to tell yourself you don't start on, you don't die there on being an employee. At some point, you can be an employee and still have other things rolling for you in a passive way. I told myself a long time ago, why should I have to? When are you going to start your book? When are you going to start your program? When are you going to start that revolving scheme that can make you money while you sleep? One, is about results. The other works like a bricklayer, where the more days, the better for them, because they are getting, it's per day. So they will never finish your job. They will keep pushing it so that, have you seen them shoveling before? They put it, and then you see 3 stones go into the truck. They hit it again, and you see 4 stones go into the truck. Whereas the architect will come with 1 bulldozer, and in 3 scoops will pack everything. So one gets alarm, the other gets alert. Tell your neighbor, alarm pass alert. Alarm pass alert. Alarm pass alert. See, alarm can come in 2 ways. My first, let me tell you what happened. I got something on my phone, and the next thing I was going to do was put it under my pillow. When you like waking up at night to go to the washroom, and then you are bringing out the phone again to check it, if it was actually a mistake. Please, can you help me check how many zero? Then you would take a picture of it and send it to somebody. That you will wipe anything that will show your name, or Sorry, please, can you help me check? What does this mean? Or what is the that is one type of alarm. Another type is where your book or your product or your intellectual property pops up, and it is a constant, and each is a credit. So you even wake up at night to check. I want to see where it has reached. Then you wake up again in the morning, then you check it again. This is something that is coming in while you're sleeping. Ask your neighbor, when are you going to start your alarm? When are you going to start your alarm? You have to put a timeline to this, because my journey has been I used to handle cameras very well. So it's something that I feel would, and people used to call me Oluya. Who knows what that means? If you want to yab someone, and rather than photo, you say Oluya, like suffer hair, like exactly. And I'll take pictures. I took pictures nicely. I still take them nicely. And I got to a place where I had options, and I had a brain block. And the brain block was, what do I do? I'm in a strange state. That's the case for so many people that come into Lagos or come into an environment to serve or to work. What oil do you have that can be multiplied? What oil, what skill do you have that can be multiplied? I took up that. I I took up the photography assignment. I got there with another photographer. One got paid, the other got a job. I got a job as a volunteer photographer for a serving minister of immigration. I became a baby crocodile. I became an Oluya for a serving minister. When have you thought about being a social media content creator for who does cleaning business in the house? Who does fashion and you do cleaning too? Okay, so what don't you do? Is there anybody that has another business around? Another business, please. Another business. Another business. Baking. How many businesses in the house? Hallelujah. What? There's catering, there's baking, there's printing, there's now, by the time you add automation into what they're doing, there are grants that you can access. How many are ready? How many have the mindset to run plans, to run grants for social media content creation, for baking, for printing? How many are prepared right now? If you have to be intentional about running your plans. The moment you're intentional about running those plans, everything around you would align. I made up my mind to be intentional. I made up my mind to take up the bull by the horns. And that's why I had to choose the path. Somebody should give me a word. And I'm going to start to round up with this. Someone should give me a word. Any word. Printing. Wow. Okay. Printing is something that I enjoy doing. Printing is something, is an action word that is likened to the way God printed us. He molded us and printed us and engraved us on the palm of his hands. And the way I've been engraved as someone that would influence the world. I've been engraved as someone that will come as a solution to the world. Right now, I have started my printing business in church. I've made up my mind and created a plan to validate it in church by running the printing services for my department to show the pastor the leadership of the church that I'm very, very good at printing. If you have anything to print, I can do that for you within a week, and I'll get you results. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Joby the Printer. How many of you will patronize me on printing? Give me another word. What? Singing. Singing is something that would help me to do what God has molded me to do, because I was created to continually praise his name. Singing is something that I also look forward to and harness as a business. And right now, I am a worker in the choir of the church, wherein I use my singing abilities to glorify God. And I can also come to your events to sing. I can sing and make songs. You just started a school. Do you have an anthem? You can give that to me, and I can come up with something, and we can see how it goes. You don't have to pay me for my first job for you, but when I sing, you can give me like 4 referrals. How many of you will give me 4 referrals? Give me another word. Speaking. Okay. All right. Now, where I'm getting to is this. Once you need to name your skill with you as an authority in that skill. When you name a child and you don't align that name, when you name yourself and you don't allow that align the name to yourself, then there's a disconnect. The moment you name yourself as an authority in that skill, then you've gone to the third dimension. The first is products. Globally, people sell products. The second is service. She spoke about services, communication, doing this and doing that. The third in this dispensation is making yourself the product, such that you are the product. The moment you become the product, either as a content creator or as a, name it, you are the product. It would make anyone that wants your service wants you as the solution. So the moment you make that, and then you're now connected to some degree of automation, you are on your way to soaring. Eagles love the storm. Whatever you're seeing around you has every way to you have every right to determine how you engage with it. Are you going to engage as a bricklayer, or are you going to engage as an architect? There are different types of different types of money. I think I spoke about 4 types, right? Or I've not listed them. Okay, the different types of money. Briefly, you have your self-worth, or your self-worth is, or self-recognition is a type of money on its own. Credibility and creditworthiness is another type of money. Near cash is a type of money. Social capital is a type of money. And cash, which is the least, is a type of money. Now, I'm going to end with this. Employability and how you are job and work ready. People pass through school, they get degrees, they get results, but they are not able to defend those results. Now, it's not to make you feel bad about the situation in the country, but right now it's good to understand that I know, or I went to school to get this, would only get you a job at the end of the day. What takes you through life are the other skills that you have that you can run with. You have a phone. What do you use it to do? Aside from making calls and chit-chatting, what else do you use it to do? It's good to have ways of connecting to IT. Anything that you're doing in this dispensation that is not connected in any form to the internet may still be brick and mortar. So you know how to do real estate, you know how to do this, you know how to do that. It's good to set up some degree of automation. In being fruitful and in multiplying, you need to be intentional. And when they say the violent take it by force, it's not the kind of violence that is going to harm somebody. It is in being intentional. It is in being, I think that's the word, being intentional about taking what is yours from the table. Amen. So you need to define, someone should open to Proverbs 13, verse 11. Proverbs 13, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. If you start something from the top, it's just likened to starting or digging a grave. That's the only thing you start from the top, really. So you should be able to define where you're running something, and then you are able to grow it little by little. In getting 500,000, What can you do that would get you 100 naira every day? You don't have to answer me. We can go on and go on and go on, that can give you 100 naira a day. Then you can increase it so that that same thing will give you 200 naira a day. And then you now look at the value chain. The value chain for any sector would have something to do with promotion or social media or communication. Would have something to do with transportation. Everybody moves every day. Would have something to do with feeding. Everybody eats every day. Everybody. Would have something to do with name another sector. Hospitality. Yeah. Shelter. At least somewhere where you can sleep. So if you're into real estate, the whole value chain for real estate is something that you can also consider. That you can also consider tapping and putting your skill as a plug. The moment you do that, you're on your way to elevating what you have. And the church is a good way to validate your competence. You know how to clean. If you put nothing stops you. Have you ever thought about putting your logo on what you're wearing and putting your phone number or QR code at your back and coming here by between 5 to 6 to clean the church? How long will it take you to clean this church? 3 to 4 hours, you will clean this church. So 3 to 4 hours before 8 o'clock will be that you'll be here by 4 to 5 o'clock, right? And then you'll clean the church and finish in 3 hours.
Yes.
So when are you going to print your logo? Think about it. Okay. When are you going to print your logo? Imagine printing your logo. So that's how I'll get it. I'll get the job before you. Because I'm not ashamed to print, come in here, validating. By the time I do it Sunday 1, what is it going to take out of me? It's going to rob me of sleep, of 3 hours of sleep, and that's all. And then obviously my cleaning stuff, right? And then by the time I do it second Sunday, I don't ask anybody for anything. By the third Sunday, do you think she would have been noticed? How many of you would have noticed her? Okay. And how many of you would have approached her and asked her questions? What questions would you ask her? What kind of cleaning do you do? So what would be your answer?
So I do both residential, office, events, all kinds, basically.
And then the next question would be, and then what would be your answer?
1 million.
This is that answer.
Okay, so it depends on the size of the building. So we can start from at 50,000 naira, and then we can negotiate from there.
And then the next question will be, someone said cash or transfer.
Both of them.
Then the next question will be contacts. When will you be able to?
As soon as possible.
And then the next question will be, you have put yourself in trouble. Then the next question will be, what? Can we do tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Do you have the cleaning agent for tomorrow?
We can always outsource rather, but if it's about cleaning, we are always ready. We have a team.
They've asked you for your card, yeah, don't bring it out anything. Right?
Yes. So, which question?
No,
Sorry.
These are real questions. This is not someone just asked you for your business card. This is not a joke. What you just heard right now is real.
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
So obvious. I'll see you after service, then we can exchange.
Let's give her a round of applause. Another sector. Pass the phone to somebody you like. Somebody else. If you're bold, if you're bold. She stood up and now she's gotten someone to. Do you have a See, I'm serious. They're going to bug you. At the end of I told you, you've entered soup. This is good trouble. Yes. What sector?
Okay, I do food and I do beverages. I do herbal teas.
You just said Bobonishe now.
Yeah, Bobonishe.
All right. You do food.
Yeah, I do food.
Okay. You do food. Now, let's break it down. Because when you see, there is cast your bread upon the waters. And after many days, after a process, right? Then you have some little result. But when you concentrate your forces, the law of the magnifying glass, you run it on one sector of food. What type of food? What type of catering do you do?
I do seasonings and spices.
Seasonings and spices.
Yeah.
Expansion.
Like the spices you use in cooking.
Okay. You do the ingredients for cooking.
Yes.
That means you don't do cooked food.
I also do cooked food.
Okay. You do cooked food. Mm-hmm. You do the ingredients for food.
Yeah.
I hope we're all listening. Right?
And I also produce herbal teas. Yeah. Organic herbal teas.
Does it have NAFDAC number?
Not yet.
Not
Working
yet.
on it.
Good. No, I like the word not yet. That means there's a process, right?
Yeah.
Now, where have you validated? Now, that's where I'm going. Many business plans come to me. They have definition. They have target market. They have feasibility. They don't have validation. Feasibility is, can it work? Validation is, it has worked somewhere, right? Where have you validated?
My family and some of my friends, and I have my product here.
Your family and some of your friends,
Yeah.
are they here?
Most of them are here.
Most of them are here.
Yeah.
So on your phone, when is the next event on your phone?
The next event is today because I have my product.
The next
here.
event is today, and you have your product here, and you have your banner here, and you have your cards here.
Well, I don't have my banner, but I have my product.
You don't have your banner yet, but you can create on a piece of paper and paste on. What is banner? It's not something that you paste behind a stand and banner. Paper. By the time I put A4 paper, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put the name of, I will write it with pen, and it's banner. I don't have complimentary cards. I will write my name, email, and phone number. That is a complimentary card. So you rephrase it. You have it.
Okay.
You can create it. All it needs, you have to be intentional about what you want to push. It's for them to have it on, or you can just put a QR code and everybody will snap it. Do you have it online?
Yes, I do.
You have your product online?
Yes, I do.
And people here have they started patronizing you?
Some people.
There are people here that do social media promotion. You see them. Have you contacted them?
I've contacted one person, but I intend to talk to more people.
You can talk to someone here. She will do it for you free of charge. Are you not going to do it for you free of charge? She will do it for you free of charge. She will do it for you free of charge, but you will refer her to 10 people.
That would be nice.
We have a deal, right? So, another person.
Thank you.
Yeah. See, I'm about practical ways, and rather than talk about it, let's run it. What sector do you?
Real estate.
Real estate. Okay.
Big.
Like Explain.
Okay, I sell affordable properties, landed property, building, and short-term investment plan.
For investment or for living inside or for residential or for business?
For rentals, for living inside, and then for business to grow your income.
I obviously, I'm for having another space like this
Yes.
so we can have another church,
Yes, sir.
another branch,
Yes, sir.
another branch,
Another branch in Lagos, anywhere I put.
another branch of the church.
Yes, sir.
So, no, let's start. Then we now. So, who doesn't have rent? Or who? Are there people in church that don't that have challenges in accommodation?
Getting accommodation.
Yes, you need to throw it up.
Yes, anyone.
The moment you're able to push yourself out, not as you're trying to sell, because that's another thing I'm going to hammer on. There are people that are existing. There are 4 layers for me. People that are in existence mode, they live, wake, live, wake. Now, the moment you have a job, then you are in survival mode. You get survival jobs, right? Now, when you rise to the top or rise to some level, then you're seen as success. But you'd agree with me that Dangote is successful, Mandela is significant. When you get to a place where your life is about making impact, your life is about adding value to people, to their lives, it's not about giving fish or about having or amassing, but about giving, about sowing. See, it's a never-ending cycle that will always keep coming back to you. So in what way are you going to be making impact to, what unit are you? Is there any unit in church that does evangelism? Yes. Which unit are you in church?
The choir.
Apart from choir.
It's the choir. And
don't worry.
I'm part of the content creators.
You're part of the content creator. And then what do you do in creating the content? When you're
cast. I'm part of the cast.
You get script and you are given a script or you write script?
I'm given a script.
To write. When are you going to create a script on using real estate as an impact a channel to Ilupeju in Lagos State? When? Today. Let me answer. Today. All right? Today. So see it from that angle. Although that way you get to make impact. Everybody in church now knows one other part of you, apart from that girl that sings in the choir. It's in that she buys and sells houses and provides accommodation and provides spaces for those who don't have. And in case you're looking for a business space, you're looking for a place to start, to run your startup. There are people here that you can start up a co-working space.
Yes, sir.
So when are you going to start it?
Today.
Good. Thank you. Another person. A co-working space is a place where different startups that don't have physical address or that need a mailing address can team together. Now, let me put it this way. If you have a broomstick, how many of you have seen a broomstick? Right? Please. Can you show me how you can use that broomstick to sweep this place? It's not possible, right? It's actually not possible. You can't. So regardless, no matter how clean you are as a broomstick, you can't sweep anywhere clean. You need to collaborate with people to be able to function as a broom or as a brush or as ijabe. Have you seen ijabe before? Ijabe is one kind of short broom that is used in making soup. Used in making ewedu, that means it has use, right? So meaning you have to collaborate with other broomsticks of the same size, of the same length. That way you are able to function. Another person who is bold. Get up. Logistics. So define, narrow down. You do international logistics. International logistics is from here to some country and then some country to this.
And also within Nigeria as well.
Importer, exporter, pure water. What?
Yes, we do it.
All water. Hmm?
Yes.
Okay, good. So please, you have, who sister that does packaged food and spices.
Yes.
Importer, exporter, spices, pure water.
Yeah.
Canada.
Fish, all of them.
A fish, all of them. See, if you need to harness and come together as a team. The people that you're looking for, they are around you. Please, your details, drop it in church. There are people that need your service. There are people that would like to collaborate with you. If you have, being a king of lizards is not really too cool. You need to begin to think about being a baby crocodile, because a crocodile will still grow to become the crocodile. Another person. Logistics, please. Good. Yes. Louder.
I do farm work.
You do farm work.
And cooking.
And cooking.
Yes.
Farm work and cooking. Narrow down on the farm work.
I plant cassavas and use them for gari in the east.
You plant cassava. You see, all those people, you see them and sister, what's your name?
Purity.
And sister Purity. Or they will call you by Mama Njideka. That it shouldn't. People should begin to know you with the face of what you do and the impact you're making. You do farm work.
Yes.
And you need to start Purity Farms. When are you going to start Purity Farms? Please, any lawyer in the house?
I've started.
Yeah, see, she helps in registration with CAC. I don't know whatever, but she's a lawyer. She would help you with registration with CAC. She would help you with all the necessary licensure that you would need or require. And if you need some capital, there are plugs that the church, the church is going to create an endowment business fund that is going to be to...
That would be nice.
That would be nice. I like that word. The second one, you cook.
Yes.
Good.
I'm a chef.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I make food.
Yes.
For people and for consumption.
Tasty food.
Tasty food.
Uh-huh.
Continental.
Uh-huh. So, when is the next event?
No need to say today.
It may not be today, don't worry. When is the next
Not
event?
today.
When is the next event?
I'll put it by this week.
By this week?
Yes.
How many birthdays do you know in this church?
None of the above.
Huh?
None of the above.
All of the...
Okay. I don't have her birthday.
Uh-huh. When is her birthday?
December 21st.
No. December is far. Is somebody... See, hello. I said how many birthdays do you know in this church? You are saying... You are picking December. There are people... When did you come to church this morning? Uh-huh. When did you come to church this morning, today?
After 9.
After 9. So you did not see the people that came to do
It's true, it's true, it's true.
Uh-huh.
Daddy's birthday. I don't even know.
And you cook, dude. And you cook. See, you need to be intentional about validating your competence. There are more than 10 that came to give thanks.
It's true.
Walk up to 3 people and ask them, when is your birthday? Right? Yeah. Walk up to them because see, it's not going to cost you much. But that is, by the time you're giving, the oil was the last, right? But the oil was the seed. And the oil gave birth to, come. I have eaten and I'm nice. Go and borrow no vessel. Vessel will look like pot or cup. You know what they call gorodom? Go and borrow. Borrow not a few. Borrow. Borrow. As in, meaning she had to leave her house to go and borrow me. I will give you back. Don't worry. Don't borrow me. As in, and that oil filled all before it finished. And she became a trader and started importing, exporting all the oil. Purity oil.
Yes.
That's the assignment, okay? Do that and you will get referrals.
Thank you so much.
Another person? Yeah. An MC. On point MC. When is your next gig? This month. When was the last time you MC'd in front of your mirror?
I do that like almost every day.
Almost every day. When was the last time you MC'd in front of your mirror and you put a recording device and you put your phone?
Every day.
Every day.
Yes.
She disturbs everywhere. Nice. Good. So, what you need to now create a niche of authority. What course or what channel? What? Let me give some talk and address seniors or elderly. Some address youth. Some address employment. Some address jobs. What course do you talk on?
I mostly MC weddings.
Weddings.
Yes.
Okay. When was the last wedding you MC'd?
Last month.
Last week.
Last month.
Last month. Do you have documentation, videos
Yes,
for?
Yes, I do.
Did you put your QR code on every table?
I put my brand name.
Your brand name. Did you put your QR code? Brand name is, I see your brand name. Yeah. If I look at it, fine. QR code is for your next MC, and then a QR code. And then, I know Niger people, let me see if it works. And then you scan it. 25% of the people seated will scan that QR code. True or false? Next MCing that you want to do, offer to take up the printing. There are people that print in church. Yeah, raise up your hand, raise up your hand. Raise up your hand. People that print in church. Yeah. See, there are people that print. Offer to take up to do the thank you card. You are saying thank you on behalf of the bride and groom, right? But at the back is a QR code. So front is thank you for coming for our event. You're doing it for them, right?
Yes, sir.
But at the back is your QR code, meaning they will take that home, or a small pack that they will take home. As they are taking it about, they are taking your QR code about. These are practical ways of expanding. You can't, and before you know it, you start to see, you have to be intentional about where your validation would get to. Post it to people. You know, all the bridesmaids and the maids of honor. Do you have their contacts? Next time, get their contacts. All of them, all. And then send them and work with content creators to push, you know, don't worry, you can even have mine for 50% or for 30% off. And then next thing is you're not only affordable, you're accessible, and then you're making impact in helping them with their lives.
Thank you, sir.
Another person? Yeah. People are now becoming. She sells ladies' accessories. You see, she's so partial. She has nothing for the pastor. Well, yeah, she has for the pastor's wife. She has patronized. She has patronized you. And then how many?
Plenty. Someone is wearing my shoe.
Whoa, good.
Today.
Now, do you have your logo?
No, I don't.
Create your logo.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will still be gold in your pocket.
Okay.
Create your logo, create your brand. So what's your brand?
I'll think about it.
You'll think about Someone said karakata.
Munoni. Say Munoni.
It's global.
Yeah.
See, there's safety in the multitude of counsel, right?
Yeah.
Punch it to some of your friends, and think about global business. Have you thought about selling those same in some other sectors?
Not exactly, but I'll look into it.
You also think about it.
Yeah.
Have you thought about selling the same? Do you have a passport?
Yeah, I do.
When was the last time you used it?
I used it last year.
Used it last year?
Yes. I went to Ghana with the senior pastor.
Good. Ghana. So that's one thing people have passports here. They don't know how to use it. The only time is UK, there's Ghana, there's Cameroon, there's Benin. You don't want to go there. There are people there, and you'll be shocked. You see, it's a game of numbers. When you strike, and you don't know where it's going to. Say after many days, you don't know where that strike is going to. And you'll be getting the orders, and then you now start supplying from Nigeria.
Yeah, I have 2 customers in Ghana, but I think I will expand.
You see, you have 2 customers in Ghana, and you're not thinking of. There's importer, exporter. Take the numbers.
Okay.
I can link you up with. I would link you up with a list of guys that do commerce.
Okay.
Global commerce.
Okay.
And I would, for everybody, don't worry, it's going to come to the church, and I would as many links as I have, I would your products should leave. You should now start. It should be. You should be a. They should come. You know the way. You know.
Thank you.
Another bold person. Yes. Oh no, you've spoken once. Another different person. Yes.
Events. I do event decoration and
Event
event
decoration.
planning.
Event decoration.
And planning.
Event decoration, event planning.
Yeah.
So when last did you do something here? Don't answer me. When last did you validate?
Oh, last weekend.
Where? Somewhere.
Yes.
Do you have the pictures?
Yes, I do.
So when next are you thinking of validating? Is it on your social media?
Yes.
Is it on your? Do you have like a brochure? You know that a brochure. Meaning, can you work with different spaces? This is a
I have
space.
a catalog on
Double
WhatsApp.
of this, can you rock it?
Yes.
Triple of this, can you rock it?
Yes.
Civic Hall, can you rock it?
I can work with any space.
You can work in any. There are events, there are singing events. You know, the choir. I want to appreciate God on your life. Are you guys not thinking of a label? Are you people see? I sing too. Don't think I don't know so far, sola, so far, me, sola, sola. I sing small. Are you not thinking about a label? Are you not thinking about a sing attack where people would rock in and pitch in singing, and all you need to do is run it as a recording and push out. There is hunger so from here you can start to sing in other stages. Nothing's stopping you. So when are you going to start? Yes, today. It's when you see, if you don't put a timeline on, then you're not ready to really go 100% intentional. When you know or you have a timeline to start, then the next question will be, okay, how? Okay, what are we going? What next? You know. But if you don't have a timeline to start, then it will be harder having a timeline to end or to go to the next phase. All right? What else? You spoke about events.
Yeah.
When is did you count the number of people that came out?
Yes.
How many were there?
Oh, did I count? I thought you said, did I notice?
No, count.
I didn't count, but I guess they were not up to 10.
They were not up to
about
10.
like 7 or 8, yeah.
Okay. So, are you thinking about an event for some or all of them?
For some.
For some.
Yes.
That means some will not benefit.
Of course, not all.
Good. Okay, fine. Now, for those that will benefit, when are you going to reach out to them?
Today.
Today. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. You can sit. Another person. Good. All right.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
My name is Wina Zoe.
Yes.
And I run a catering service.
There are people. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. So the name of my company is Z Place.
All right. That means she has a name. She has a registration. She's ahead of some of you. Continue.
Okay, so I had my first outdoor event for 60 persons. I cater for 60 persons last week Sunday at Hotel Licc around somewhere Okwebi Ale. And today,
What is the size of your team?
okay, I have 5 team working with me.
Where are they? Are they here?
I have one presently in the church here. And sometimes they are one-off.
Obviously, one-off because you're trying to.
Yeah, I'm just a
curtail-
starter,
You just
yeah.
start. You just
Yeah.
started. Now, how many are willing to volunteer and intern with her? Don't worry, they're not stealing your job. How many are willing? How many will be willing to work with her? She needs to collaborate with some social event, spice and you see, what do you do to just collaborate? Now, what?
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay, so out of the number of people willing to collaborate with you,
Okay.
if you can accept 3 or 4 or more, there's safety in the multitude of counsel, and these are people willing to help out with oiling your structure, such that by the time you grow or you expand, you can take up. How many hotels around where you live?
Okay, so around my house, I have 2.
You have 2.
Yes.
How many schools are around where you live?
Around 1.
1. How many catering outfits have you understudied?
Okay, so I'm not just running my own business, I'm working.
Good. You're working somewhere.
Yes, I'm working somewhere. I'm managing for someone also that is also doing a catering service.
Okay. So, which one is your catering service?
Z Place.
Z Place. That means at some point there will be a transitioning, or at some point you would want Z Place to also grow global.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So for where you're working,
Yes, sir.
you need to run and flow with the script. Obviously, with the script of where you're working, you add such that it doesn't diminish your input into where you're working. Now, the timing that you have as free time, you need to focus on building your foundation. The foundation of Z Place is more crucial to you right now.
Yes, sir.
If once the foundation and the structure is well grounded, then the structure of the kind of jobs that Z Place is going to be doing will be maybe different, such that you're not competing with where you're working.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Where you're working probably maybe like a B2C. You can continue start on a B2B, whereby you partner with a church, you do and validate in church, and then any naming ceremony, birthday ceremony, 9 or birthday.
Sir, I'm almost doing that.
You're almost.
Yes, because
almost.
I fixed your meal today.
Woo! Woo! Nice. Once you have that,
And I'm sure you're going to like it.
all right. There's something in town. You need to collaborate with making those meals leave your comfort zone or live here, such that people can order your meals. You can focus on soups. You can focus on food in platter, food in trays.
I made one for you today too.
Oh, good. Food, food in, food in tray, and then you can start the food on call or
Okay.
the food delivery service.
Okay.
People come to church, and after church, many run home to eat. People they wait on God and they come to break in church. Why can't the breaking substance also come from
Z place.
place? The whole idea is when you have the breaking substance from the catering facilities in church, then you can have people with vehicles. It doesn't have to be 10 years like Uber Eats. You will run it in such a way that you can provide such services. Is God telling you stuff? Are you thinking what I'm... Another bold person.
Thank you, sir.
Me now. Everybody
I'm
was quiet initially. Oh, okay, good. All right.
I'm Mike.
Yes.
I'm an engineer, hardware engineer.
What?
Hardware engineer on phones.
Agro engineer. That's a big word. Hardware.
On phones.
Okay, hardware. Everybody's got a phone.
Yes, I fix all kinds of phones.
You fix all kinds of... Say it again.
I fix all kinds of phones.
I fix all kinds of phones. I know of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, there are people around that have phones to fix. Please turn your face. Let them see you. Come here. He can fix all kinds of phones. So
both software, hardware.
Software, hardware.
And I also sell phones, buy phones, and also swap.
I sell phones, I buy phones, I swap phones. You swap good phones, legit phones.
Yes. Both iPhones, Android, all kind of gadget.
You go to this church?
Yes, I'm a new member. I was invited by Maxwell.
He's a new member. He's a member. Meaning, you know why I'm saying that? Come here. Phones. In fact, let me quickly say something now. I'll start with a simple analogy. It's a safety analogy, and that I usually pop in my safety training. If you were to use a handkerchief, what color would it be? White. How would that hanky look like after 1 year of use? I said 1 year of use. It go don't die. What would be the color? Coffee brown. Okay. After 3 years, what will be the color? Burnt orange. Nice. Now, you use it, take it everywhere and put it in your pocket, right? That's the state of our phones. I know, you see, they are not talking. That's the state of so many phones. They've been using it for 5 years. No, 5 years, more or more. They've never removed the cover. They take it to the toilet. That's where they are calling. They put it on the sink. They do. They wash and then they pick. And then they pick and put it inside. Sanitizer. Yeah. Front and back. Okay? And then put emergency number. Put somebody's number there. Because you used to lock your phone. Sorry. He fixes all kinds of phones. When you say phones now, you want to be in a safe zone so that it's he's under a cover. And how many people here know your house?
Just no, Maxwell.
Only Maxwell know your.
He know me. He know my shop perfectly.
Different people should go and know his shop.
He's also my client. So
He's
I've
also
done his phones.
Oh. Oh, you done someone's phone already?
Maxwell.
And you do like 2 people's phones again. 3. They said 3. See, everybody now wants to fix phone. You see, your course has enlarged. So, please, fixtures of gadgets he can he can provide value.
Thank you.
All right. So for other bold people, we can. I have the whole of today, the whole of tomorrow. So I'm around, and for all relevant links, I would gladly provide the church. I am committed to this place, and sincerely, I will do whatever I can to see whatever plugin I can pinch to run automation. Automation is key, and as much as we can also take up the reins of practical ways of accelerating or expanding whatever gold. Gold in your pocket has no value. You need to bring it out. You need to bring it out. When you eat, someone can serve you food, but you still have to take up the act of chewing the food and swallowing. You will be the one to swallow it. You'll be the one to. So little steps like that. Note the contacts of your phones, the people around you, your first clients, your places where you can validate. They're all around you. They're all, and if you don't take that action, it wouldn't come to pass. It says, "Ask and you shall seek and you knock." See, if you don't ask, it's not a curse. You mean if I don't ask you, then you don't give. But if I ask, and a good way to ask is to write that proposal. Is to call. Hello, my name is I am MC. When is your event? Just let me know. Let me have an idea of your date. You're asking for the date. If you don't, in fact, that's when you be like, sorry, please, who is this? Because the person does not even have your number. You need to be intentional about asking, and then that way you're able to push it forward. And remember, there are different ways to run and rumble your choices. You have to decide, there's a choice to run project pay or to run monthly pay. There's a choice to run alarm. There's a choice to run alert. Tell your neighbor again, alarm, pass, alert. Thank you so much for listening.